Trust me,
Yeah,
God got a way of dealing with people like that. So her
like
and
Gene's new narrative right now. He been uh giving Suge Knight information and talking about Corey and got telling Suge stuff about Corey, and now they trying to connect Diddy to the Pac
listen,
shit. Like
they
these
can't
niggas is
connect.
playing dirty
Listen,
out here.
listen, they can't connect nobody to nothing. There's no proof nobody did anything wrong or illegal. You can sit there and say, it's again, if the government felt that they had anything that they can tap up to lock his ass up, he would have been gone. They would have had Gene. Gene would have been the star witness, not Cassie. Cassie would have been the star witness. It would have been Gene Deal.
I
That's
agree.
what would have been the star witness. So he
And
wouldn't even
he
allow
was
the courtroom.
begging to be there. It's like you showing
Oh,
up to the
nigga,
courthouse and
how
everything.
you waving? How you waving your? Because the prosecution, they kept dubbing this shit. That's bad when the government don't even want you as a witness. The
Yeah,
government kept dubbing him. So what he did was like, you know what? I'm gonna show up to the courthouse and and let them take notice that I'm in the building. They did not care. They did not
yeah.
care.
Yo,
Then he came down.
person that disappointed me that I felt like was a real dude from the streets was Roger Bond. Like,
But let me explain something about Roger. Now, I wouldn't say Roger disappointed me because that's my dude, dog. Like I love Roger. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing him a long time. This man's son is in jail, right? Fighting for his life. And I definitely gotta say free Kev. You know what I'm saying? This is a
right,
young man. He's in jail for something that he didn't do, right? And
right,
this man is in a dark place as well. Now he might not be on drugs, but his heart is broken. So he's speaking from a place of, yo, I need some help. And Puff probably was like, you know what, I did all I can do, but he probably feel like, you know what, I don't think you did. And so those are just two brothers just at odds with each other, right? He could think about it. Roger ain't take no stand on Puff. Only thing he did was told the truth when it came to he seen Puff hit Cassie, and he said Cassie was snuff Puff too. So if anything, he helped by saying what he said. Cassie was abusive too. He said Cassie wasn't with the bullshit. Cassie would hook up on Puff as well. So he said they was in a volatile relationship, and that, and that's what it wound up being. It was a toxic, volatile relationship. So I understand what you're saying, like, but you gotta understand the YouTube and the podcast. That's the new version of just niggas is talking. They get on these things, they get to talking, and they're making bread, they're getting paid for it. So it's like, yo, I'm telling my story, and that's what it is. So shout out to Roger Barnes, and just sending love to his son Kev.
yeah. But I still feel, in my personal opinion, like when you go up there and you say stuff, because he was talking before Diddy even got snatched up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That didn't help him at all. You know what I'm
But
saying? But
another
like you
thing,
said, he got to get his money any way that he could
right.
get it. But
But not even
it
but
didn't
not even
help
just
Diddy
that.
none.
If they felt well, it didn't hurt them neither because they didn't ever call Roger Barnes either. You follow me?
Right.
So they didn't call Roger either. Roger, I can understand people taking that stand if Roger would have got on that stand, like, oh come on, homie, you from this right here, how you gonna do that? Of course.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I
Right.
feel different
The
when
music
it
is
comes to
gonna
that.
drown everything out.
That's like giving Gene a pass.
Nah, 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 nah. Gene made his life and his days every And Gene made his life and everything about Puff. He's like the girl Tisha, just like Tisha tells. He woke up every day. I'm gonna go get the tea. All right. He make every day about he listen without Puff he don't have no platform.
Yeah. He ain't
He
got
don't
nothing. He ain't got nothing to talk
right.
about if he ain't talking about Puff.
Exactly. He even tried to lie and say he's about to beat Jay up. Let me tell you, the Brooklyn niggas would have wore his ass out. He would tip any of that. He would have been able to Tata would have man, you already know. He would have never got close to do no shit like that. I was about to whip Jay-Z ass.
But he
Yeah,
used to say he never even met Jay or knew Jay
yeah,
like that, and then changed
exactly.
his whole shit around.
Say, no, let me tell you, you asked me a question earlier, right? And you asked me a question in regards to Gene with his lies, right? This man, the reason why all these, because I know your viewers might be asking a question. So what's up with the lawsuits, these civil suits, blah 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 blah. Let me explain something to y'all. Gene Deal one day got on Dialogue or Vlad or one of them shows, and he got the lion. He said that Puff will come into the club and spike a bottle of champagne and tell him, and this is out Gene's mouth, don't drink this. This have this drug in it, and it's gonna this and it's for the girls. This is for the homeboys. This is
Right.
for the girls. So don't drink that. Drink this. Drink out of this one. Right. So now you're a conspirator. If that was true, if that was true, that made you part of that whole situation. And you was law
Right.
enforcement, so you definitely a grimy ass nigga, and you definitely shouldn't be around nobody's daughter or sister because you gonna allow a man to drug a kid, drug some young people in the club partying. You would allow that on your watch, sir? So then he recants it and go, "Oh, I never seen him do that." What? I got a whole video you saying you watched him do it. Whack
Yeah.
100 brought it out the nigga. Whack 100 said, "Nigga, if you did that shit, nigga, you was a fucking creep too, nigga. You watched him do that shit. I never seen him do it." And then Whack
Wait,
played back to him, yeah,
I got one better for you. Right now, Diddy got convicted for paying the sex workers, right? Or
right.
across state lines or the escorts. What about Gene telling the story about how he ran prostitutes for the Madam of Harlem to Mike Tyson and KG brother in Jersey,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a wild boy.
right?
He's listen,
So how you going
right,
to the courtroom when you was
right,
really sex trafficking?
right, right. That's what he
It
did. Right. He did. But see, you know what it is? Nobody cares about this dude, man. Nobody cares about what he do. What's it the car? Uh, no one. I can stay outside talk. So nobody cares about what he do. What, nobody cares about what he's doing, who he doing it with, and who he's lying on, who he's lying about. Right. The point is, he's devastated now. That Puff. That he's devastated. Can I take this? He's devastated. Wait. Fucking nervous. Come on here, man. I want to interview you doing this. Anyway, so he what I was saying, she keeps distracting me, dog. I can't understand her sometimes. So anyway, so he she does this on purpose, gotta be. So anyway, so to make a long story short, he knew that none of this stuff was going. He actually thought Puff was going to jail. He swore by it. And he always talked like he knows the law. Then he lies and said that Jodeci, Puff took Jodeci. Puff said, "Well, Jodeci never signed to Puff Daddy at all. Didn't even A&R their project. He don't even know what he's talking about. Puff was an A&R, so was Tim Dog that was up there, and Tim Dog was our A&R. It had nothing to do with Puff. Puff was our guy. Puff, he was just a young A&R that had the swag. Him and Civil Phoenix, and they would come through with the ideas to adjust the group. As far as working on their records, it was Al B. Shore, Devontae, and Buttneck and Tim Dog. So he don't
right.
know what he's talking about. In order to have somebody publishing, either they sell it to you outright, or when you sign your production deal, it's in the deal, 50%. You have to be signing somebody or you cut a deal. Period. And none of that happened.
What you call it? Yo, do you know a guy named
Oh,
Lonnie from Harlem, Lionel Fordham?
Lionel Florida. What part of Harlem?
He live in the projects right there on 135th between
Oh, that's Lincoln
Fifth and
Project.
Madison.
That's Lincoln Project. Now I don't know Lonnie, but that's Lincoln Project. It's
Yeah,
right down.
because
I
he
can
always
I can
talk.
sh-
Gene always talk
right.
about D Ferg did the logo, but I remember Lionel Fordham doing that bad boy logo.
Right. I really don't know who did the logo, to be honest with you, and that's D Ferg's legacy that he did that. So I don't want to step on that because I really don't know who did it. But I always
Right.
heard it was D Ferg. You know what I'm saying? So I got I
Okay.
gotta I gotta stand on that because that's all I've ever heard.